This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
Hello, and you're welcome to TVM's Metro News. I am Lawrence Jr. Aguele, and we're starting from Delta State, where we'll take the story making round this hour in Delta State. There was a major standoff brewing in Delta State between the Delta State government and the Nigeria Labour Congress over a new stricter dress code for civil servants. Now, the state government, led by Governor Sheriff Owerewori, has issued a circular mandating a new standard of appearance, aiming to curb what it calls the unpleasant practice of improper dressing in the public service. And however, the new policy is sparking outrage among workers and their union representatives. The Commissioner for Works, Charles Anyagu, stated that there is no going back on the dress code. The chairman of NLC, Goodluck Ofobukweta, swiftly responded, saying, "We will not allow it." Now, Ofobukweta argues that the directive is out of touch with the current economic realities of civil servants and that they already dress appropriately. He added that the union will resist the policy if it is not withdrawn. The NLC chairman also accused the state government of making unilateral decisions without consulting labor representatives. The government, for its part, maintains that the dress code is about professionalism and public image, and that senior civil servants are expected to lead by example. And to security matters, the Delta State Police Command has announced the arrest of a 30-year-old man accused of kidnapping a young girl from Niger State. The suspect, Bila Halili, was apprehended after police received an intelligence report that he was holding girls against their will in his home. And according to police spokesperson Bright Edafe, officers from the Agbo division, along with a local vigilante group, raided the premises in the Oza Nogogo community and rescued a young girl identified as Rebecca Matthew. Upon rescue, police determined the girl had been hypnotized. She told police that the suspect lured her from her home and destroyed her SIM card to prevent her from being contacted. Further investigation revealed that the girl had been missing from her home in Niger State since the 2nd of September. The suspect, Bila Halili, is now in police custody and an investigation is ongoing. Well, a rather strange one there. The Edo State Police Command has taken decisive action against officers accused of extortion. This was said in a statement that the command announced it has recovered 300,000 naira from officers attached to the Oba Market Area Command in Benin, who allegedly extorted a furniture maker. According to the police spokesperson, Moses Yamu, the officers were promptly identified and the money was returned to the victim, and the officers have been detained. They are now set to face disciplinary procedures in accordance with the regulations of the Nigerian Police Force. The command is also taking stern administrative measures against the Oba Market Area Command, I beg your pardon, to ensure professionalism. The police commissioner is urging the public to report any unprofessional conduct by officers. The command stressed its commitment to upholding the highest standards of integrity and accountability in service delivery to the people of Edo State. And to help matters, a new health initiative is underway in Akwa Ibom State as Access Bank PSC, the Akwa Ibom State government, and Help the Woman Initiative launch Project UWUS, Unstoppable Woman, Unbreakable Spirit. This campaign aims to raise awareness and provide screening for cervical cancer, which remains the second most common cancer affecting women in the state. Cervical cancer has currently has a 21% prevalence rate among women in Akwa Ibom State, making it the second most diagnosed cancer in the region. Experts says late diagnosis, driven by poor awareness, cultural stigma, and limited healthcare access, is fueling unnecessary deaths. And to combat this, Project UWUS has been launched by Access Bank in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State government and the NGO Help the Woman Initiative. Speaking at the campaign launch, Nene Kunle Ogunlisi, head of women banking at Access Bank, said the initiative demonstrates the bank's long-term commitment to both health and gender equality. According to her, she says at Access Bank, we believe that empowering women begins with protecting their health. And Project UWUS reflects our dedication to promoting gender equality and creating sustainable impact in the communities we serve. She said, the initiative is designed around 5 core pillars, which are awareness campaigns, reaching over 1 million women via radio, social media, markets, and community outreach. Free screenings, this is offering free cervical cancer testing in both rural and urban areas. Humanitarian supports, this is distributing welfare packages to more than 1,000 undeserved women to encourage participation and capacity building, training health workers and volunteers to ensure lasting impact, and lastly, policy engagement, collaborating with government agencies to ensure long-term sustainability. Also speaking at the launch, Esther Graham from Access Holdings Sustainability Team emphasized the importance of partnerships by working with communities, governments, and civil society. We are not just raising awareness, we are saving life. This is according to Esther Graham. Project UWUS is a timely, life-saving intervention that could reshape the health outcomes of thousands of women across Akwa Ibom State. And over to the FCT, health services in the Federal Capital Territory have been crippled as resident doctors begin an indefinite strike action. And the action led by the Association of Resident Doctors follows unmet demands on welfare, unpaid salaries, manpower shortages, and the delayed release of training funds. At Kubwa, Wuse, Asokoro, and Maitama district hospitals, patients were left unattended as surgeries and consultations remain suspended. Only nurses and consultants were handling cases, often overwhelmed by the workload. The doctors insist they will not return to duty until outstanding arrears, recruitment of new staff, and hospital upgrades are addressed. Patients are calling on both sides to resolve the crisis urgently to prevent further loss of lives. There have been a growing concern over the future of bank accounts for Nigerians without a tax identification number, also known as tax ID, following the recent signing of 4 new tax acts by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, the Joint Tax Board (JTB) is now clearing the air. Contrary to circulating reports, Nigerians would not lose access to their bank accounts from January 1st, 2026, even if they don't yet have a tax ID. The Joint Tax Board made the clarification in a statement released in Abuja, following public confusion over the provisions of the newly signed Tax Administration Act. The law under Section 8(2) says that a tax ID will be mandatory for anyone operating a bank account or engaging in financial services like insurance or stocks starting January 1, 2026. But in a statement signed by Akpe Ado, head of corporate communications, the JTB assured that Nigerians will not be denied access to financial services on the basis of not having a tax ID by that date. According to the board, efforts are already underway to streamline and simplify tax compliance using the National Identification Number for individuals and the Corporate Affairs Commission registration number, that's the ROC, for businesses as part of a harmonized national tax identification system. This will allow automatic tax ID generation, ensuring seamless banking and compliance without any disruption. The JTB emphasized that the reforms aim to make taxation simpler, fairer, and more inclusive while reducing the tax burden on low-income earner and small businesses. The board calls on Nigeria to disregard misleading reports and remain calm, stating clearly no one will be denied access to their bank account or financial services due to a lack of tax ID come January 1, 2026. And over now to the next story. We'll quickly go on break, take a quick break, and when we return, TVM Metro News, Metro Updates, will continue.
At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services. Anticipate, manage, deliver.
Welcome back. Business, the Nigerian Customs Service has launched a full automation system for overtime cargo clearance in Zone A, Lagos. The initiative aims to decongest ports, curb corruption, and boost trade efficiency. Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, says some cargoes have been stuck in ports for more than 15 years, describing the automation as a bold reform to end decades of inefficiency. He emphasized that the project is not a revenue drive, but a trade facilitation tool. In 2024, customs revenue hit 6.3 trillion naira, with less than 1% from overtime cargo sales. Special priority desks have now been created to fast-track critical government projects, private sector imports, and diplomatic consignments. Assistant Comptroller General Idaho Umar added that the end-to-end digital clearance system will cut human interference, enhance transparency, and reduce costs for importers. The Customs says the reform will align with its 2023 acts and reflects its transformation into a globally competitive trade facilitator. And Nigerians' decades-long battle with fuel queues may finally be over, as Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, says in his 650,000 barrel per day refinery has ushered in a new era of energy stability and industrial growth. Speaking at the first anniversary of the petrol production, Dangote revealed that the refinery has cut petrol prices from nearly 1,100 naira per litre to about 841 naira in major cities. He also announced the rollout of 4,000 CNG powered trucks, expected to create 24,000 jobs across the country. The refinery has already exported over 1.1 billion litres of petrol while boosting domestic supply. Dangote insists it is not displacing jobs, but creating new opportunities, with salaries above the minimum wage and full welfare benefits for staff. They stress that the refinery is more than fuel. It is a catalyst for Nigeria's industrialization, job creation, and foreign exchange earnings. Dangote also warned against import dependence, urging the government to protect local industries. Looking ahead, capacity will expand to 700,000 barrels per day, positioning Nigeria as Africa's refining hub. This is according to Dangote. And we go over to the international scene where in Nepal, grief and mourning filled the streets of Kathmandu as families held funerals for loved ones killed during last week's deadly anti-corruption protests. The unrest, led largely by Gen Z demonstrators demanding change, claimed at least 72 lives and left over 2,100 injured. At the sacred Pashupatinath temple, coffins draped in the national flags were cremated with police honors as relatives wept and held portraits of the young victims. A solemn procession of trucks and helicopters carried bodies across the capital and to hometowns, with members of Nepal's new interim government joining in solidarity. The protest, marked by vandalism and arson, forced a change of leadership. Former Chief Justice Karki has now been sworn in as Nepal's first female prime minister, tasked with restoring order and preparing for elections in March. And in the United States, the accused assassin of conservative activist Charlie Kirk has made his first court appearance. Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old trade school student, appeared by video link from jail in Utah to face formal charges of aggravated murder, weapons offenses, and obstruction of justice. Authorities alleged Robinson fired a single rifle shot from a rooftop during Kirk's address at Utah Valley University last week, striking the 31-year-old activist in the neck before he died at a hospital. The shooting, caught on viral videos, have triggered nationwide outrage and renewed fears of political violence. Robinson was arrested after a 33-hour manhunt at his parents' home, where relatives reportedly alerted police after he implicated himself. Utah's governor has hinted the state may seek the death penalty if Robinson is convicted, pending the wishes of Kirk's family. In America, Cordell Trinch comes in under 13 seconds with a winning time of 12.99 seconds to win 110-meter hurdles. He came to Tokyo as the fastest man in the world this year. Jamaica took silver and bronze with Orlando Bennett 13.08 seconds and Tyler Mason 13.12 seconds, producing personal best on the biggest stage. Faith Kipyegon stormed to his historic fourth world 1,500-meter title as the Kenya extended her streak of dominance with a fifth consecutive global gold in the event. And the 31-year-old matched retired men's world record holder Hicham Weroj as the only athlete in history to amass 4 1,500-meter titles at the championship. And this was a third straight world gold for Kipyegon, who controlled the final from the starts before busting clear of her rivals on the final lap. She is unbeaten in the past 5 global finals, and excluding hits, she has not suffered defeat over the distance for more than 4 years. That is the recent updates from the World Athletics competition in Tokyo. And back down to home in Nigeria, the National Sports Commission has cleared the allowances and bonuses of Team Nigeria athletes participating in the ongoing 2025 World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, Japan. The NSC's Director of Press, Dr. Kehinde Ajayi, disclosed this in a statement issued on Tuesday. He urged the athletes to remain patriotic in both their performance and conduct, stressing that they represent Nigeria's image on the global stage. The 2025 championships have already produced historic moments for Nigeria. Rising star Kanisola Ajayi became the first Nigerian in 18 years to reach the men's 100-meter final, while world champion Tobi Amusan won silver in the women's 100-meter hurdles, clocking 12.24 seconds against a highly competitive field. And in football, the UEFA Champions League kicks off this week with some interesting games coming up Tuesday. Arsenal begin their bid to win the Champions League for the first time in their history on Tuesday. And the Gunners will go to the St. Mames's Stadium to take on Athletic Club, who are back in Europe top-tier competition for the first time in a decade. Mikel Arteta's side saw off Real Madrid in the quarterfinals last season before they fell at the semi-finals to eventual winner Paris Saint-Germain, following 1-goal defeats in both legs. Tottenham boss Thomas Frank says his first ever Champions League game will be special. Spurs host Villarreal in their Champions League opener on Tuesday in what will be Frank's managerial debut in the competition. Thomas Frank said he's looking forward to the game. That is obviously a big thing for him. Two European heavyweights meet in Turin Tuesday night as Juventus open their Champions League campaign against Borussia Dortmund in a repeat of the 1997 final. Both sides have enjoyed strong starts to the season, with Juve winning every game in the Serie A for so far, while Dortmund remain unbeaten across 4 games in the league and cup competition. These are today's fixture. We have Athletic Club versus Arsenal coming up very soon at 5:45 p.m. We have PSV Eindhoven versus Union Saint-Gilloise, same time at 4:45 p.m. Benfica will take on Karabakh FK. This is later tonight at 8 p.m. While Juventus will take on Borussia Dortmund, same 8 p.m. tonight. Real Madrid will take on Olympique Marseille at 8 p.m. tonight, while Tottenham Hotspur will take on Villarreal, same 8 p.m. tonight. Interesting matches for this evening. Formula One has unveiled a major shake-up to its sprint weekend schedule for 2026, with Canada, the Netherlands, Singapore, and a returning Great Britain joining the lineup. Formula One says the British Grand Prix at Silverstone will return as a sprint weekend in 2026, alongside Canada, the Netherlands, and Singapore, all hosting the format for the first time. China and Miami will remain sprint venues from the 2025 calendar, and the Canadian Grand Prix, now set for May, will make its spring debut, while Singapore will host the final sprint of the season in October. The Netherlands will also stage a sprint in its last year before dropping off the calendar after 2026. Notably, there will be no sprints in the final 6 rounds of the season, with the US, Sao Paulo, and Qatar reverting to traditional formats. Formula One says sprint weekends have boosted fan engagement, with TV viewership up 10% compared to traditional race weekends. And in stories from the world of entertainment, popular Nigerian skit maker Gloria Olorunto Mensah, better known as Maraji, is celebrating the birth of her 3rd child. The content creator took to Instagram to share the exciting news with fans, posting a picture of her new baby girl's hand. This new addition makes her a mother of 3, having previously welcomed 2 sons in April 2022 and January 2024. That's all from today's TVM's Metro Updates. I am Lawrence Jr. Agwele. You can watch TVM on the go on our app, which is accessible on Android Play Store and Apple Store. You can also follow us and interact with our social media pages, like, subscribe, and share. And also do remember, your environment is a part of you. Keep it clean.